lose. Footsteps echoing the silent halls. Ancient whispers drift through the walls. Mystery lingers in every room. We navigate in shadowy gloom. What goes bump in the night? Keep your ears and eyes open, hold tight. In the shadows we'll uncover the truth. Follow your trail, I got nothing to lose.
Hello and welcome to What Goes Bump Tonight.
The life after death. Yes.
Oh, what? Ooh, what the? Oh my god, am I still moving right now?
Why should we be afraid of you?
Hello and welcome to What Goes Bump Tonight. I'm your host, Riley Clark, and alongside me, as always, is
Trevor Jensen.
And today we have a very fun episode to bring to you, and we're talking about something that may sound like it's in the room with us today, but it's not.
Yeah, there's a dog running around. I brought her with me today, and she is on one.
There she goes.
She's gonna be bebopping and.
We're talking about the hooved flying bat goat man thing
What
in the Pine Barrens.
Yeah, what the fuck is it?
The Jersey Devil, of course.
The Jersey Devil. This one's fun. This is one of them cryptids that I'm just like, it's so just like out of this worldly that you just kind of have to go. There's so many accounts of it. Even some of our fellow investigators that we've interviewed have told us some very, very ominous stories of while they were in the Pine Barrens themselves.
Yeah.
I'm already trying to adopt the accent. Sorry. But I mean, like that's just, we're just like scratching here, like at the surface, because there's so much more like deep lore to it that I wasn't privy to until we started really like doing our little deep dive here. And then it's like, oh my God, who the fuck would have thought this origin story started this way?
Yeah, it's always been a fascination of mine, this story here. I don't know if I fully believe in it.
It's like our dog man though. Like
Yeah.
the Pine Barrens, like that 100% is their mythos. You know what I mean? Like everybody around here knows about Dogman if you live in Michigan. Everybody
like,
from Jersey knows about the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. It's like, man, it's such a cool cryptic that I want it to be real.
Very much so. We've said down the rabbit hole, and it's like, yeah, of course, you dive down that shit.
We're diving right down it.
I'm right there with you though. I really want it to be real. Like with all of my heart, I want this. I want all the cryptids to be real. Let's just be realistic with that. Like, please.
And shout out everyone joining us in the chat right now. Those dweebs, Creepy Confidential, Patty's Adventures. I know there's some other people. Jess just popped in. The Urich Andreas Unexplained Show just popped in. So welcome, y'all. And if you're new here and haven't yet, and you enjoy what you're seeing already, or of what you've seen in the past, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, click the bell. Let us know you joined us.
Or
so
if you want to hear
welcome.
something that we haven't talked about yet, you could throw your little idea in the ring, because we struggle sometimes to find ideas.
Always, if you have a topic you want us to cover, just comment it down below. Let us know, and we will put it in the schedule. So with that being said, folks, I think it's time to jump into what is the Jersey Devil and how this crazy thing became real life.
I want to make the sound effect, but like this is a good way to start. What do you think the sound of a Jersey Devil is? It sounded so good. Oh my God. Bravo. I was thinking something along that line too. Like
a goat,
a deeper
like a
goat.
goat.
Yeah, like a goat. like
a goat.
Oh, the rails are not here tonight, guys. I'm so sorry. But I mean, with all that joking aside, like I actually am very curious to hear what it sounds like. I actually don't think I've ever heard or seen a video.
I don't think I've ever heard.
I don't think so either. Yeah, a screeching goat sounds pretty accurate to me, though.
But anyways, the origins. The curse of Mother Leeds. The legend of the Jersey Devil is one of the oldest and most terrifying myths in America. Folklore originating in the dense, shadowy wilderness of the Pine Barrens in southern New Jersey. The vast, untamed landscape, a place of thick forests, swamps, and isolated villages, has long been associated with strange occurrences and eerie legends. However, it's the tale of the Jersey Devil, said to have emerged from the Leeds family, that stands out as the darkest of them all.
All right, so let's just take a second to all just understand here. The Jersey Devil came from a baby, from a family that turned into a demon bat.
Yeah, and we'll dive into that because this is an old legend.
Yeah, this is also
one of the oldest legends
and this is
in America.
the craziest lore I've ever heard to any of the cryptids. Like, let's just be realistic. Like, Sasquatch was just here. Nessie was just there. She could be a dinosaur, but like this work of art is fucking insane.
Wild. All right. The roots of the legend stretch back to 1735 when a woman named Deborah Leeds gave birth to her 13th child.
Damn.
Deborah, already burdened by the strain of having 12 children, was desperate and overwhelmed by her life's circumstances. Just think, that's 13 children in 1735.
Yeah, that is actually fucking insane.
That's crazy. In her frustration, she uttered a curse. Let this one be the devil. Some of the versions of the story say that she specifically asked for the child to be born the son of Satan. This dark wish, whether made out of frustration, anger, or an unknown force, would soon lead to an unimaginable horror.
I'll let my intrusive thoughts win there.
According to the most commonly told version of the story, on the night of the child's birth, a terrible storm rolled in, filling the air with thunder and lightning. The child, instead of being a normal infant, was grotesque and unnatural. It reportedly grew wings quickly that sprouted from its back. Its head became elongated and resembled a horse, and its limb turned into sharp claws. The creature's eyes glowed blood red. Its body covered in leathery, bat-like skin. The birth was grotesque and nightmarish.
Yuck.
What would have been a moment of joy was transformed into a chilling spectacle. The creature is said to have killed the midwife and anyone else who dared approach before flying up the chimney and disappearing into the Pine Barrens. The Leeds family was left in ruin. Deborah's sanity was shattered, and the curse of the Jersey Devil was forever tied to the Leeds name. The creature born from the cursed lineage would come to haunt the Pine Barrens for generations, leaving a legacy of terror that endures to this day.
That's insane. Like, let's just take a moment to like visualize this as a whole. This collective we have going on right now. Just legs in the air. All of a sudden, this what you expect to be just a beautiful baby boy crowning is just this fucking thing.
This. You get this coming out.
And it's just ripping all of the people that just helped birth you. Or I mean, I guess the devil apart. That's
a face only a mother could
love. That's
love.
Rock star as fuck, but that is gnarly. Like, that is some heavy metal deathcore right there.
That is the original eyewitness account photo. Right
yeah, there. Ghost Dog's right though. What are his shoes? What are those?
What are those? Oh my god, I didn't even notice that.
He's got some clogs on.
He's got some wooden clogs on. Came out with wooden clogs, did he?
He went to his local wooden clog maker and said, "Sir, I need you to make me some devil shoes."
So the Leeds family in the dark associations. The Leeds family, especially Deborah's husband, Daniel Leeds, was already embroidered in mystery before the birth of the Jersey Devil. Daniel Leeds was a well-known figure in the area, not only as a Quaker, but also as a publisher. However, his works, particularly his almanacs, were seen by the fellow Quakers as heretical. His astrological charts, full of strange symbols and messages, hinted at a fascination with the occult and mysticism. Some locals believe that Daniel had made a pact with dark forces or had invoked supernatural powers, and that the birth of the Jersey Devil was the result of that dark connection.
So, I mean, that there is definitely something to be said about doing any type of ritual. I definitely have seen it now, like in real time kind of happen, where you can use like rituals to divinate. And then me and Riley have also experienced it while we were doing like a candlelight with Kindred when we did the investigation. I forgot how long ago that was. That was a decent bit ago. Yeah. So if you dig back far enough, you'll see that. But we were basically having the candle like confirm for us by flaring up and then going dim, or it would be steady and then it would just start like, it was just very bizarre. And then we would also get the culmination of our investigative tools going off as well. So I just think that this is definitely some type of credibleness here, at least if you want to call it that.
The connection between the Leeds family and the occult was further emphasized by Deborah's curse. Whether the curse was made in desperation or anger, the birth of the Jersey Devil marks the Leeds family as forever associated with evil and supernatural forces. So, I mean, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
The dude writes almanacs that have strange symbols and mystical meanings behind everything. And then the wife is said to have her 13th child, says she wants it to be the devil. And
I mean, they're all basically
apparently
putting
an abomination is
they're
made.
putting the manifestations out there that they want something to happen. So there are alternative theories to this Leeds family, you know, very I don't want to say extravagant, or I don't even think that's a word, extravagant. But while the story of Deborah Leeds and the cursed birth of the Jersey Devil is the most commonly told, there are other versions of these theories that paint different pictures of the creature's origin. So there's one, the British soldier's curse. One of the alternative versions of the story ties the Jersey Devil to the Revolutionary War period. According to this version, a young woman from the Pine Barrens fell in love with a British soldier. The locals, furious for betraying her country and siding with the enemy, cursed her, saying, "Relax."
There's a dog outside.
I was just thinking that same thing. That the Jersey Devil to the Revolutionary War period. According to this version, a young woman from the Pine Barrens fell in love with a British soldier, and the locals were furious for her betraying the side of her curse. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, where the fuck was I? Oh, this version reflects the tensions of a wartime and adds a layer of betrayal and myth. Damn it, Lulu.
All right, then there's the gypsy curse. Another variation involves a gypsy who was rejected by a young girl in the Pine Barrens. Furious at the girl's rejection, the gypsy is said to have cursed her, declaring that her firstborn would become a creature of evil, thereby giving birth to the Jersey Devil. This version adds the mythical element of a gypsy's magic and brings in themes of revenge and supernatural justice, but it is less believable than the original story, I guess.
It's so much justice. I mean, the next one is a demonic pact. I don't really think demons are real. Somebody prove it to me. Some variations suggest that the Leeds family was directly involved in a pact with Satan. This theory implies that the Jersey Devil's birth was the result of a deliberate deal between the family and the dark forces, whether the pact was made willingly or under duress. The birth of the Jersey Devil would fulfill this diabolical bargain, explaining the creature's evil nature and its connection to the Leeds name.
Yeah, I feel like any story that doesn't involve the Leeds at this point is less credible.
I feel like they just, the British love story thing, like I bet you they're all like descendants of the Leeds. I'm just going to say that.
Eyewitnesses accounts. The New Jersey Devil has been spotted numerous times throughout history, with eyewitness accounts adding a terrifying layer of credibility to the legend. From 18th century reports to modern day sightings, many people have claimed to encounter the creature in the wilderness or hear its blood-curdling screams. Below, we have a bunch of actual accounts.
Thick.
So, early 19th century, don't have a specific date. Commodore Stefan Decanter. One of the earliest and most famous reports comes from Commodore, I guess it's Stephen, actually. I don't know. You could say it both ways, I guess. Cantor, a naval officer known for his exploits in the early 19th century. In 1820, Decanter and his men were stationed at Hanover Mill Works in New Jersey. While inspecting some cannonballs, Decanter claimed to have witnessed a large bat-like creature flying overhead. He described the creature as having wings that spanned at least 10 feet and a terrifying otherworldly screech.
Oh my God. Is that what we think it sounds like?
I don't know, but to him it did.
That it might be more like her. Jeez, kid.
Decanter and his men fired a cannonball at the creature, but it flew away unharmed, disappearing into the dense pine barrens. Decanter's story quickly spread, adding credibility to the growing legend of the Jersey Devil.
This is interesting.
Hey.
Don't worry, we're keeping her busy. She's not doing it, we are. Apparently, we're not paying enough attention to her. But Joseph Bonaparte. This one's interesting because, I mean, when you hear the name Joseph Bonaparte, do you really think New Jersey Devil? I don't. But here we are. So the older brother of Napoleon Bonaparte, the former king of Spain, is said to have been another early eyewitness to the Jersey Devil. Bonaparte, who lived in Bordertown, New Jersey, was an avid hunter and had a sprawling estate in the Pine Barrens. According to some reports, Bonaparte encountered the Jersey Devil while out hunting on his property. He described the creature as having bat-like wings, a horse-like head, and a long serpentine tail. The creature was reportedly aggressive, hissing at Bonaparte and scaring off his hunting dogs. Bonaparte's sightings added weight to the Jersey Devil legend, especially given his status as a high-ranking European aristocrat. That is actually pretty interesting, too. Me and Jess talked about that earlier, and I got it wrong. I thought it was Napoleon himself.
1840 through 1841, livestock killings. A series of livestock killings in the Pine Barrens during the late 1830s and early 1840s further fueled the myth of the Jersey Devil. Farmers reported finding their animals, particularly chicken, sheep, and calves, mutilated and drained of blood.
Okay, hold up. We can pause for a second right there.
Chupacabra.
I was just going to say the alien chupa because we debunked that the other episode that they are not chupacabras. They are aliens that are 100% just like, I need blood for nourishment. I'm taking it. And now we've got more. What do you want to call it? Jersey chupacabra? A chupa Jersey cabra?
Jersey Choopy Jersey cabra.
Jersey cabra?
I don't know. Some animals were found with strange markings on their bodies resembling claw marks or bite wounds. Locals feared that the Jersey Devil was responsible for the deaths, and many believed it was hunting for food in the area. The mysterious deaths of livestock became a recurring theme in the legend, and sightings of the creature were often linked to these unexplained animal deaths.
The 1909 phenomena. See, now this is where I find it interesting too. So, like, let's just take a back seat for a second. 1909. What was happening in 1909? Not shit. Cameras were not really invented yet. Like, if they were fucking poor as hell.
You had to be standing still for like an hour.
And this is where we get the influx of people seeing it, which also, like, I think adds to its lore because to me, that just means that it's matured. Like, if this is a real creature that lives out here, maybe it isn't just a cryptid and it's a normal habitatual environmental species that lives on this earth with us, which I mean a cryptid would be at that point.
I mean, maybe it didn't get hungry for 100 years.
That's the other thing. We don't know anything about it, like physically or like physiologically or psychologically, really. What we are seeing is the tracks and hearing the things and seeing the things.
What if it was scared for like 100 years?
Oh,
because every time it came out, something bad happened to it.
Because everybody's like, you're a gross monster. And then they try to kill it and it kills them because it's a fucking crazy bat-like creature with talons. Damn, that's heavy. But perhaps the most significant.
Later.
Yeah, we can continue these tangents because there's so much. Don't worry about it. That's how I sit. But the most significant and widespread wave of the New Jersey Devil sightings occurred in January 1909, in what has come to be known as the Phenomenal Week. During this week, more than 1,000 reports of the creature were made. Not only in the Pine Barrens, but in surrounding areas such as Camden, Burlington, and even parts of Pennsylvania. Hundreds of people claimed that to have seen the creature, and many described it as a large winged creature with a horse-like head and glowing red eyes and a bat-like body. So everybody's having the same accounts of this creature as well. And there's 1,000 reports. I don't think that's just like a happenstance. I do think that was a legitimate like event where you can
Dude,
like
that many-
pinpoint it.
You know, when it's that many freaking people seeing something, I don't know. It could easily be mass hysteria, though.
It could, I mean,
Easily.
But 1909, like, are they going to be horning each other on the phone, being like, "Hey, bud"? It's not like the Muskegon event where we had the UFO fly over and like 800 people called our local police and were like, "You guys seeing this? There's aliens in the sky. We're seeing this." And now you have 1,000 people that are also basically having the same exact accounts, the same exact eyewitness testimonials, without any prompting. I would say, like, to me, that just seems like it adds a lot more credibility to everything.
Again, we're sorry about the dog crying.
Don't worry, she's not used to being outside of my house, and there's a cat that isn't playing with her, and she's pissed. So, one of the most famous eyewitnesses from this period was a woman from Camden who reportedly saw the Jersey Devil on her porch, which is also kind of just a wild, like, walk outside, think you're seeing like a raccoon, and it's literally just like a and then just flies away like, Jesus God, what the hell? But she described this as a winged monster with a long tail and a face that resembled a horse. Another report came from a trolley car conductor who claimed to have seen the creature on the tracks. Some witnesses reported hearing its eerie screams in the night, while others often claimed to have see the creature flying over rooftops. But like, my God, that's such a fucking, that's two very different types of encounters that we just touched on right here too, though. Like, you know what I mean? Where it's like a lady is walking out of her house. This is a curious type of creature, it sounds like. Something that is infantile in its nature and still growing. And if it's a primordial being that was born in the 1800s, we're seeing it in its like toddler stage, if that. Which that's also kind of just wild to like think like that, because now I feel crazy.
The phenomenon reached such a frenzy that local authorities and even the Philadelphia Zoo offered rewards for anyone who could capture the creature. Despite numerous reports and sightings, no one was able to capture it, obviously. And
Obviously.
the creature disappeared for another like 30 some years.
Which is also kind of like, that was a big yawn. That was also like just another wild sentence too, because if it disappears for 30 years, that to me also like adds some more weight to like, you see it a bunch, and then when you don't see it, it's because it's like it's choosing for when you want, like when it wants you to see it, and it's choosing when it doesn't want you to see it at that point.
And then in 1927, sightings by a police officer who remains unknown reported seeing a creature that matched the description of the Jersey Devil while driving through the Pine Barrens. He claimed that it was a winged creature with a long tail, and it was terrifying and it had an otherworldly scream. So, take all of the noises we did tonight and put them into one. Good job, Lulu. He reported that the creature had flown across his car and disappeared into the trees, leaving him shaken and uncertain of what he just witnessed. This account was later by several other police officers who claimed to have seen the creature during the same period. So multiple cops had seen it all at the same time, it sounds like.
And then what do? I mean, do you go pew pew, or do you go fuck that? I'm out. I don't get paid enough.
I ain't shooting at that thing.
No,
honestly.
hell no, dude.
What if you piss it off? Then it attacks you. You fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
Boom, right on. Well, I mean, it can't grab you.
I mean, when you
just like hug you, or what would it do?
Just bear hug.
Because I'm not scared of its face. It's got a horse face.
Dude, okay, hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
well, I have like PTSD.
I mean, let's look at this, everybody.
Horses are scary.
Is the Jersey Devil actually a terrifying creature? Is it actually?
I think it looks kind of funny. Will you just stop? She's so
Because I mean, it's
excited.
got a horse head, right?
It do got a horse head.
It's
Why
got-
is it a squirrel?
That yeah,
This
that
is a
was,
photo of the Jersey
there it
Devil.
is. It's really not that scary.
No, I would make fun of that thing the entire time. I'm so sorry.
Chat, let us know. Are we shooting at the Jersey Devil if we see it?
Pew pewing?
We taking it on one, or are we saying fuck that? I'm out of here.
Fuck that, I'm out of here.
We need to know.
I mean, okay. I'm just
I
saying.
might
if I got
shoot at
if
it.
I got a gumpy cryptid coming at me, dude, I think those are the most
It
dangerous.
looks kind of gumpy.
It does look a little gumpy. I'm not trying to be mean. I think this might be a bad rendition of it. But
Does it have teeth?
what kind of teeth would it have though? Like would it
I
have
mean, look at that
horse teeth?
face. What kind of teeth would that have?
It looks like it's got camel teeth.
Yeah, it looks like a flying. It looks like a flying camel. It's like a miniature donkey with wings.
Sorry, honk. Wild plot twist here, folks. The Jersey Devil's actually a camel. We've been getting it wrong the whole time. It's actually just a predatory
The
camel flying
wings
back.
are actually just humps.
It's just like it's side humps though, and it just flaps them when it runs. That would explain why it's got such gumpy legs.
All right, so let's talk about the potential misidentifications.
Oh,
'cause,
this is an easy one.
one-
Horses.
One of the theories is that the Jersey Devil is simply a misidentified animal. Some experts suggest that the creature could be a rare bird, such as a sandhill crane. I've heard this many times,
But how
which
big
has a
do they
wingspan
get?
of up to 7 feet. The crane's eerie
okay.
haunting call could be mistaken for the Jersey Devil's screech. Additionally, the sandhill crane's long, thin legs and unusual flight patterns could explain this. All right, let's keep in mind what the Jersey Devil looks like,
And then you get this.
and let's look into this a little.
Nope.
bit.
I'm sorry. Nope. I'm saying it before you guys do. Nope.
I want to find one flying.
There, that's not a bad one.
There we go.
I just that doesn't give off flying like mythical like morning creature vibes. Not
Right.
at all.
It's probably
And
going to be blurry as
2,
shit, but
What? Share.
I mean, Sandhill crane, everyone.
I know that.
We've probably all seen one, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, we've all seen a crane of some sort. Well, living around here in Michigan, we regularly see them. It's not that out of the norm. I don't know what it's like in New Jersey. I think some of our resident New Jersey fam that are in the chat tonight could probably give us a good idea if you see them regularly or not either. But I don't get that like mythical creature vibe from seeing them. I'm sorry, like no. And even if you saw one that was extremely big, I still don't get the impression that it's big enough to give me like a like amalgamation of like creature vibes that's going to eat me. Or like hooves. That thing's got web feet. Come on.
All right, let's see what it sounds like. Could this be our Jersey Devil?
No. It's too like vibration-y. We do, G. We sell the What Goes Bump in Night shirts on our website. It should be down in the description. The link to the website.
I didn't
Spreadshirt. That's what it's called.
I didn't get to posting the links yet.
It'll get there.
But if you go to any of our links on any of our social medias, you'll find a button that says shop and you'll get there.
And
Go
yes,
to any of the other episodes.
brand new merch.
Yes.
Show it off.
This is one of them. I had to get.
It's so
I had to
cool.
wear this one for this one because obviously we're talking
It
about
gives
a
the
devil.
vibes.
It's got the
spooky
vibes. It fits.
But like once again though, like back to the like the crane sound here, like the like I can't even make that sound. Like the vibrational sound that it makes, that does not like you'll be able to immediately.
I'm sure it
tell
makes
that's not
other
what it is.
noises, but
The fuck is that?
this is what it also could be.
It looks like a somebody took a dog, hung it from a tree, and put goat horns and fucking wigs on it, dude.
It could be this. I think this is one of those rare flying goats.
It's a flying goat.
Yeah.
Brr,
Anyways.
brr. But like we're not downplaying the Jersey Devil could definitely be real, but it is fantastical and it is very fun to like. We can dive down this rabbit hole because I actually do think that there is actually a lot of weight to there being a creature out there that is undiscovered still. Like most definitely, there's too many sightings and too many accounts.
Yeah, I mean, when we had Project Unknown on, they were 100% terrified of the Jersey
what they
Devil.
showed us too. The
Yeah.
video of that night that they investigated and they found hoof prints after they heard what sounded like a wild horse running through the
Yeah.
fucking Pine Barrens.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen. Like, I'm
Definitely
sorry.
they're the only ones I know
That
that
have
we've
that type
talked
of
to that have
evidence.
actually been to the Pine Barrens and had some
An
type of
experience like
experience
that,
with
yeah.
something. I don't know.
Well, think about how vast the Pine Barrens are, because
Oh,
we
it's
can
massive.
we can compare it to Manistee National Forest, but I think the
Probably.
Pine Barrens are probably more spooky just because of the terrarium that it's in compared to where we're in. You know what I mean? Like, it's
I don't know, dude.
pines. Like,
I've been in the Manistee National Forest by myself, 2 miles
I
deep.
I
it's
think
pretty
oak
fucking
trees,
spooky.
and then I think pines, and it's like pines to me just give off
I
that
can-
more eerie feeling.
I can show you some scary pines.
I can show you. Oh, you don't tempt me.
I
with a
call it
good
the
time.
wall of pines. The pines are so thick you can't tell which direction you're going, and when you're in, I got lost. I got lost.
That's the
For like an
other thing,
hour,
dude.
My phone wasn't working. It was terrifying.
So like we can even like just like before we even like dive back into like our script here, like what do you think happens to people when they go out in the forest that are not investigators, not hikers, and they're just avidly going out to like go look for this Jersey Devil, and they do get lost? Your immediate sense is heightened. You're immediately like on edge. Everything sounds
panicked.
like a creature. I would
I straight
too,
up
dude.
panicked.
And I'm not saying like what you're hearing isn't real, but like when you do hear horses out in the Pine Barrens
Dude, I was
and
trying
you're
to-
turned around, that
Just-
sounds terrifying.
I don't know if any of y'all like if you hunt, you know what it's like to be out in the woods, deep in the woods by yourself with just a light. But like I always have this fear, especially if I get lost or disoriented out in the woods, that my light's going to die. And if my light dies, I'm fucked. I'm definitely not making it out.
I'm not
because
leaving until
you
it's
get
light out.
I imagine it's like this in the Pine Barrens. It's so far from
And
anything.
the canopy's so thick.
Once the lights go out, if there's no moonlight or anything, like you're screwed.
Completely and
It's
utterly.
it's just black. You can't see anything.
That is one of my big fears too, is to get turned around in a forest like by myself. That, and I have decent direction and I have decent cardinal like directional skills, like, and I can figure out by looking at the stars and be like, all right, I need to go north. Like, obviously that's,
But if you can't see the stars,
but that was what I was just
you can't see
gonna
the
hint
stars.
at.
You can't see.
You're done.
I do carry a compass with me. It's always on my backpack. It's attached to my backpack. And if it's dark enough, you can't even see. Even it's an old one, so the glow doesn't work anymore. I guess I should probably get a new one. But
Well, maybe.
it's a family heirloom, so
I was to say you can't go wrong with family heirlooms. Plus, it brings all the mojo. Our ancestors bring
Yeah,
all of the good
exactly.
lucks.
exactly. It's a good luck compass.
So I mean, there could be some fabrication to some of these. Like we can
Like the flying
touch
goat I
on
just
that.
showed
Yeah,
you.
like we can touch on that. There's probably a lot of that
I have
going
a-
on.
Good example of just like how easy things can be.
Oh, to like for your brain to like turn and twist them
Yeah.
into what you think.
So if
it
you're
could be.
thinking Jersey Devil when you see the top photo, you might think something, but then you see what it actually is, and you get a
thank you.
totally different idea.
Yeah, and it's perspective here too. Like that's the other thing is what are you seeing when you're seeing it? How far away are you? And I know that's like all really hard to judge in the dark, but that's why I always take everything that I see out there with a grain of salt. Cause like that squirrel looks jacked up in the top photo, and then the bottom photo, it looks normal.
Welcome, Sasquatch Watch Radio. First time?
Woo,
Hell
woo.
yeah.
Can I get a
Welcome.
Sasquatch hollow in there?
yeah,
Because oh, as funny as it is,
it's got
it's
a
got the yip. Yeah, you gotta
yip
get
to
the
it. You
yip
gotta
in
get
there.
the
And I'm telling you guys, like Riley has found some lost tapes, and we are going to be releasing those very soon.
yep. New video coming soon.
As soon as hell. That's actually a surprise. But on top of that, if we do like, did you locate the Sasquatch videos or no?
I did.
Oh boy, I think those you give those to me, and I want to give a crack at the lost tapes this
It's-
turn.
The Sasquatch one is gonna be a tough one to turn into a video.
Oh, it'll be
y'all.
funny though.
but
Don't
it'll
worry.
be funny, and we'll make it somewhat enjoyable.
Might be 5 minutes long, but enjoy it. You get a lot of
It might be a
yips.
little bit though, because we don't have critical footage to it right now that we have to take.
Yep, and it's
It's just a
fucking
drone
cold.
shot, but we'll get that drone shot soon.
Lulu does need her own show. That's very true.
I'm not sure who would watch it.
She's a princess, and she demands to be treated as such.
Yeah, she's like super excited. She saw a dog outside, and now it's
New places. I'm so excited. My
Yeah.
mouth is open, and I'm whining because I'm so happy. I've now deduced that this is not sad. This is like my mouth is open and as wide as it'll get, and it's hey, good dog. But I mean, like that's just like the nature of the beast too, where it's like all these cryptids always are gonna have that connotation to them, where they could be your imagination, they could be mass hysteria, they could be a pulp culture reference that has just grabbed into the dirt and has just planted its roots. But I don't think that's necessarily what's happening. I don't think that's what's happening with, like, we can even say Sasquatch. I don't think that's what's happening with the devil here. Like, there's many more we could continue going on, or like how Nessie could be a plesiosaur. Like, there's just so many options here that we could just pick from this table, and like we could just add at nauseum talk about them. But I do think that when you have 1,000 sightings in one day, what do you mean? Like, there's your evidence.
That is crazy that phenomenon did happen though. Like I guess like it makes you really think, how do 1,000 people see the same thing in the same day?
Especially back
in
that
that day where there wasn't social media.
Like, I could tell you and you could tell somebody, and like maybe that hits like,
but at
60, 70 people.
at that point, the legend had already been told for 150 years.
That's true. So everybody already knew about it. But then why are 1,000 people on a specific
all over.
area?
It wasn't just one area.
And
that makes it seem like it actually can fly.
I was just gonna say, and it was hauling ass too. And it's more fantastical than we know, because apparently it's physically fit as fuck. And it's just ripping through the Pine Barrens at Mach 10. Which also, if it is a very agile, nimble creature and it's built for that, we're not gonna fucking see it.
Maybe it was a flying squirrel.
Even
a
that's
flying hairless
small.
squirrel.
A prehistoric flying hairless squirrel. That would be fucking
What if
gnarly.
it was something that was like somewhat prehistoric?
That's the other question too, is that are we seeing things that are just like,
because I mean, do
that
we even know how long
survived?
dinosaurs typically lived for? Is there a way to even
Dude,
figure that out
there-
from bones?
So there's so much shit going on in the archaeological world right now.
It's like
where
I think about like turtles when I think dinosaurs, and like alligators and stuff. Like they can live for a fairly long time.
very
Like
long
reptiles can live
distance-
for a decent
distance in
amount of time.
all runs, I guess.
I
Yeah.
imagine they would have been able to live longer as dinosaurs. So like, what if this was a dinosaur?
True. Now I cannot stop imagining too, because Mach 10 is actually this many miles per hour. Now just imagine a squirrel going that fast and hitting all them G forces. I just can't get that out of my head. Thank you for that, buddy. Just- Talk
Fast
about
as fuck,
G.
boy.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Oh Lord.
Dimorph.
A dimorphian. I
Okay,
can't
I
even
got
say
you.
it correctly, but I mean, it could be like, do you know how fucking wild that would be if it's actually a dinosaur that's perched in a tree and it's just like,
What if
and then just fucking,
it was actually a pterodactyl?
that'd be even more wild.
Kind
'cause-
of fits the description, actually.
well, and if they had hair like we think, and it fits more of also like a horse face, but like you don't get close enough to see its beaker per se. I do like the dinosaur idea so much though, because fucking dinosaurs, dude. And if there's like like pockets like out in the Pine Barrens that are open up, I don't know if there's like a I think there is, but I could just be completely out of my ass here.
I don't know what dinosaurs were found out there.
No, but like I thought there was like a well or like a hot spring or like this like watering hole that was like extremely deep and you can't find the bottom of it. Maybe I'm completely wrong there. I don't know.
I don't know too much about Pine
But, like,
Barrens. It
dinosaurs
is
coming out.
an interesting place, though. I've heard a lot of different stories of like rituals being done out there and like weird.
Well, that's the
weird
other
shit.
thing, dude. It is very rife with that type of legend too, where it's like people go out there to conjure shit because there's already dark shit out there. Well, why is there already dark shit out there? Because of Leeds family, or is it just darker because the area was just saturated with like the paganism?
I think
and stuff
there's
like that.
actually like an actual Leeds house.
If there's a Leeds house, I would actually be interested in investigating it because I want to see what we could get. This is 100% in Europe, dog. Oh, that is not though.
Yeah, I think
Shoebill Stork,
this is what they say is the actual Leeds home. I don't know if it's still there. It's
It looks very modest. I like it.
So I mean, there actually is like a physical like location that this is said to have happened.
That adds weight to me, but also like 13 kids in the same house, and they're like, this one's gonna be the devil. Comes out with wings. I'm gonna
I
take
mean,
it
it
with
looks
a
like
grain
a
of
pretty
salt.
decent sized house for back then.
They needed 13 rooms, dog.
So this is, I guess, which chimney would it have came out of, left or right? I don't know if anything very big is getting out of that.
Either one.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Let's see. Can you find a video of what they think the Mr. Devil sounds
Let's
like on the
see.
internet? Now that we've heard the crane, I'd be curious to know what they think the devil sounds like. We know what time it is. Squawk time. Also, Jess, that is very interesting because I wanted to be there so bad. I want to go. I need it.
I'm sorry. I want to find.
You're Googling so hard.
I want
Jamie, pull it up.
Yeah.
This is Joe Rogan now.
I need to see if like this place is still. This house is still there.
I mean, once again, though, like property is charged no matter what. If the house is still standing or not, I do think the house would 100% add more energy to it because that's probably what everything was more attached to. But like the ground itself is always going to be saturated with that energy if that is what happened at this house or in this property.
Right here.
It was also considered a lumber store, and they didn't preserve the Pine Barrens until 1970. That is also wild to me to think that we didn't even start thinking about preservation until like almost fucking 2000s. Like, what now? That's crazy. We could have killed the devil's natural habitat. Oh, you are going deep, my friend.
I'm gonna find it, yo.
I'm gonna find. But once again, too, like there might be some slight, like we can draw a parallel here to where they could just be an alien species that has just come down and they're just
Probably
fucking
where
with
the
people.
freaking post office is now.
That would be pretty funny if it wasn't the post offices. Could you imagine working in your local post office and all of a sudden you just start hearing like the sound of like evisceration of people inside of a wetlock room where they're birthing a baby and you just hear all of that? That sounds fucking crazy. That sounds like one of the most wild investigations I'd ever be on. Lulu finally calmed down.
I can't find it, y'all. Sorry. I was really hoping we could actually like see the Google
See
Maps,
the actual
like,
point where it should be.
and
Give
see-
everybody a way to go to it and investigate that lives out there.
Yeah, see if we can stand on the road real quick. See what we see.
I mean, I would most definitely always say, like, no matter what you do, like, you can get any type of evidence wherever you go. It just depends on what type of energy you bring to the table, and if you are lucky enough to witness an event at that time, because I think everywhere just shit happens. I don't think it's necessarily like always a residual energy, and like I know we're like into the paranormal for a second here, but like we as people are just beacons, if you ask me.
I think you can encounter paranormal anywhere at any time.
Well, then who's to say that this Jersey Devil and that Bigfoot aren't actually just like spiritual beings, they're not physical they're just physically manifesting from their spiritual like realm or whatever it is, and we're seeing like basically their holographic state.
Yeah, I mean at this point that thing's probably mastered all of its abilities.
Yeah, dude, it's on its 10th form. Like, you're kidding me?
It's on level 10 already.
Yeah, dude, it's been leveled
It's
up.
a fucking alligator.
It got all the
now.
XP when it nailed all of those people in the operating room with them. And it's like, yo, I'm just gonna go figure out what my stat boost is gonna be, and I'm gonna dump. Oh my
XP
god,
fully maxed.
dude, Dungeons and Dragons has fucked me up. Not
XP
even.
is fully maxed on the Jersey Devil, y'all. Don't fuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
It may look like a horse donkey that has wings, but
What do you think would win in a fight, the Jersey Devil or Sasquatch?
ooh, that's a good one.
Because it's like silverback gorilla strength, if not worse, and he can use tools because he's smart. And then you have this like
Flying donkey.
flying donkey creature.
I say Bigfoot just if it gets a hold of
I don't
it.
know, dude. Aerial combat is so much more
But
fucking.
if it knows what it's doing in the air, I mean, it can drain the blood out of a
Slash,
sheep
slash,
and a cattle and all
slash.
that.
Yeah, that's
don't
the
know.
other thing. I mean, shit.
Sounds like it could be violent.
Yeah,
No,
oh yeah, they did
Bigfoot
do
hasn't
hunters.
really, been violent before. We don't know what
True.
it's like.
Well, I mean,
Imagine it can defend itself.
he
though.
smacks wood on wood. Like
It's
he
got
defends
weapons.
himself.
So
Yeah, he uses
Sasquatch has
weapons.
weapons. That does even the playing field a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It is even the playing field. And I'm also ignorant. They definitely didn't go to operating rooms. Their operating room was probably their living room or kitchen.
Yeah.
That's my
Or
bad.
bathtub.
Thanks, Jess. I mean, like, there's not much more that we can continue to beat over this horse's head. Like, it is one of those wild, fantastical creatures that I don't know if it's real or not. I would love to take a gander out in the Pine Barrens and see what happens. But like, we've also investigated now in our hometowns areas and like looked for squatch, and like we haven't come up with any daisies yet. Maybe.
No, doesn't mean. I mean, it's all about the
Persistence.
opportunities that you get, right?
Well,
Like,
and that's the other thing.
100
persistence.
investigations, you're probably gonna get one opportunity, if that, or half
People
an
have
opportunity.
made full-on fucking TV shows out of going, yep,
Yep.
on like big name channels, and they don't catch a whole lot. I'm not gonna lie, I love their personalities, but like maybe, just maybe, we'll hit that fucking unicorn and we'll see something that's just unimaginable. And that's where we're like, that's why we do it. Like we grew up in that same like fantastical mindset where it's like, I think there's more. What I see isn't all. Like, something else is happening. I just don't know what that is.
It's basically a hairless squatch.
It's just basically a hairless squat. So they're even in a fight. Although if old Devil Boy is just like that scrawny, like, I'm sorry, like, you're getting broken like a twig, dude.
I mean, he's got 10-foot wingspan, so it's gotta be a fairly large creature.
Yeah, well, yeah, you would think.
But I mean, you
heavy.
think birds, they're not really like an eagle's a big bird, but it's not necessarily
in
big.
this corner, we have the unbeaten, smelliest, squatchiest 200, I don't even know, like 400-pound, like 6'8", like even bigger than that. Like,
No, dude, squatch would be like 1,000, 1,500.
Probably. I don't know.
That's a big freaking thing, bro. Anyways,
the rails have come off.
the rails have fully been unleashed.
This is me at my finest hour.
But before we do leave, we do want to end you with, like we said, new content is coming. We found an investigation at one of our favorite freaking places that we thought was gone.
We were gonna garbage
we
it.
thought it was gone. We didn't want to even make a video out of it. And I found it and I watched through it and I was like, we can totally make a video out of this.
It's also a lot more lighthearted and it's on the more fun-spirited side of investigations where not a lot of, like, it's not like super
and
fast,
it's a little bit different than the other content we've released because we only have half the footage.
Sorry, I don't know where mine went.
It's gone forever. He doesn't have that phone anymore.
That went to the ether.
Anyways, we got an investigation video coming out maybe next week. So,
or you tell us, when do you want it?
Yeah, when do you
I'd
want
like
it?
to know that. Yeah, like, when do
Chat,
you guys
let us know right now.
It's ready to go.
When do you want this video? Do you want it this weekend? Do you want it next week?
Tonight? But that's for the comment section. If you guys want to put it up there now, I would not be appalled or any type of unpleased because I'm privy to this stuff. Riley did this video. He fucking nailed it.
Minutes.
I mean, we could set the premiere. Y'all want to hang out?
We could. We just got to render it really quick. But we probably won't do that because we want to build the hype.
Build the hype. At least for a day.
We have learned that cold drops don't work on YouTube.
I mean, is this a cold drop though when 18 people are all going to hang out and come watch it with us in 15 minutes? I don't know. Maybe more. I don't know. All right, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's try it.
The lives have been doing really well. All right, I guess we're dropping a video tonight, y'all. So hang on.
The greatest.
Probably be like 10:30 or so, but we're gonna drop a video for y'all like shortly after this because Trevor apparently just convinced me to do it.
We need it,
and
you need it.
Ghost Dogs did that for all of you
in 15 minutes.
So new video coming out tonight. I guess I can spoil a little bit of beans. It is an investigation at Mouse Cemetery. So
Yeah, and it's one of the older investigations from a 4th of July boomy night, so that's going to be fun. If you like that eerie ambiance, enjoy the background noise. That's just what it is. It's amazing. And then on top of that, we have a lot of cool plans in the works to like continue our
I have
cinematography.
I have an entire list of projects for us this summer.
Oh yeah.
So
We're
gonna be
shortly
busy.
going to be started on these.
as
for
soon as
sure.
it's warm out in Michigan, we get a lot of these.
We'll spill the
filmed.
beans when we're ready. We spilled the beans on the video, and now it's coming out tonight. So
But yeah, I guess
we love you guys.
we love you guys. We'll see you in the premiere very soon.
Shortly.
Watch your notes, watch Facebook, everything. We'll have a link out for you very soon. And I guess with that being said, folks, if you haven't yet, make sure you like, subscribe, comment a topic for us down below.
Thank you for all the new subs and all the new peeps here. We love
Road
you
to
guys.
1K.
Woo woo. We're doing a
Y'all
poll
are
call just to get
amazing.
there.
We love you. And remember to keep your ears and eyes open for it really goes
In the night. We love you guys.
Peace.
Mwah, mwah.